Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, October 21st, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I align my actions with my highest values. And today is another kind of quieter astrological day, which is good because we're leading into I don't want to say an intense weekend, but a lot of shift this weekend. And then we're leading into the eclipse coming in on Tuesday, early in the morning on Tuesday. So it's beautiful to kind of have this like mellow-ish energy going on. I say mellowish because directly transit-wise, there's not a lot going on. And yet, there is stuff behind the scenes that is working us. So our energy right now is definitely very strongly mental, strongly electrical, strongly air. Even though we have the moon in Virgo, Virgo is ruled by Mercury or co-ruled by Mercury. And so that mercurial energy has an airy feel. So even though Virgo is an earth sign and can be very earthy, we also can tap into the air energies when it comes to Virgo, which means like the thinking and the electrical energies, it can be very stimulating, overstimulating even. The only major connection that's happening today is actually the moon in Virgo connecting to Uranus. Uranus in Taurus. And this is a trine, which is a friendly, happy connection. But this energy can be, like I said, very stimulating. Now, I've told several people this in eclipse readings that we're kind of, at this point right now, like preparing for the marathon. The second eclipse coming in has really strong mental electrical energies. So it's like right now we're running these sprints to prepare our bodies for that super strong electrical energy coming in. So taking time to ground, to notice your body, to notice the sensations, to notice what you're feeling in this will actually be helpful because as you start to feel it, you will come up with solutions that can help you when that intensity kicks up a few notches. So keep that in mind. Listen to your body, not just your body. Moon in Virgo brings to mind body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart. So connecting in with all of those pieces of you in this energy will be super supportive. That being said, when we have Virgo energy connecting with Uranus, we may trigger critical parts of ourselves, like, why can't you deal with this, blah, blah, blah. Watch for that too. And again, this is a really good time to connect into how you can shift those responses to more supportive ones, how you can honor and align with your values. Now, where that's coming from is we're building into a exact conjunction between the Sun and Venus. That is actually going to be on Saturday. We have the Sun and Venus conjunct. This is beautiful. I feel like because we've been really working these harmony energies, I am hearing from a lot of people who are working through some of the building intensity to the eclipses with grace. And I think that's part of the energy of Venus. Like when we have those zero Venus days, I'm like, grace is offline. It's not as easy to tap into that grace. So hopefully with the Sun lighting up Venus, Venus lighting up the Sun, we are connecting into our inner grace, that yin, listening to our intuition, honoring our values, nurturing these energies within ourselves. That's going to help us coast on, float on as much as possible through this incoming eclipse on Tuesday. That being said, this energy can also heighten, hold on, excuse me, that energy can also heighten, the challenges of Venus, the challenges of Libra. You may find yourselves feeling more codependent or wanting to serve a little bit more. This is no judgment in saying that. I do think, actually, it's something Joe says a lot of times. He's like, humans, we are codependent. Like, we are dependent on each other as he walks in the door. And I think that's actually a good point. But there's healthy layers and there's unhealthy layers. So it's noticing where you may be leaning into any of those unhealthy layers with this conjunction coming in. And leaning into the relationship that you have with yourself. Yes, your relationships in the world are important, but it does also matter so strongly, so importantly, how you are relating with yourself. So keep that in mind as the Sun and Venus are coming into a conjunction. I also forgot to mention, early in the morning, we actually kick off the day with the Moon conjunct Ceres. Ceres represents the mother energy, and the top of the cards that I have is actually the creativity card. This is the Empress. It is mother energy. So making sure you're nurturing yourself will help you stay in that state of grace with yourself, and hopefully in balance. That's the key. In balance with those around you. In balance of the giving and the receiving energies. So leaning into that Ceres, how do you need to nurture yourself? And again, I'm really feeling this on a physical layer for so many of us. I also want to mention that tomorrow Saturn goes direct. Saturn has been retrograde, I think since, was it the beginning of June that Saturn went retrograde? So we have Saturn going direct tomorrow. I will be showing up this weekend for the astro videos because we have so much going on Saturday and so much going on Sunday, and we're building to the eclipses. That's why I took a break last night. So tune into those. We'll dig into these astros just a little bit more. For the rest of the cards, beyond this nurturing creativity card, which I have to say has been popping up in the eclipse readings a lot. So this nurturing energy is definitely showing up. We've got trust. So it's trusting the process wherever you're at, allowing it to unfold, being in the flow with it. Like, I think that's one of the things with eclipses. There's so much divine energy unfolding at this time. So can you trust what is unfolding and not give into the fear? You know, we're building to some really strong Scorpio energy coming in with the Sun and Venus about to move into Scorpio, this eclipse coming up in Scorpio. It can move us into fear energy. But if we can trust the unfolding of the universe and work in flow with it, work in tandem with it, that's much better than like that resistance, like, what's coming, waiting for the shoe to drop energy that we can get into. Believe me, I can too. I think that goes hand in hand even with this Hierophant card. It's nothingness, which is pure potentiality. And I think it's holding space, even when we have challenges, holding space for the good that can come from these challenges as well. Remembering that there is a divine unfolding, and that's still okay. The final card is some mental energy, the comparison. And I think with the Sun and Venus conjunct, building into this conjunction, sometimes we can be like, oh, they're prettier, they have more money, they've got this going on, badass astrologer, right? And this is a reminder to check into your own talents, gifts, beautiful, wonderful things that you bring, and not compare yours. Recognizing your color that you bring, the color of your spectrum, so beautiful. Colors. I sometimes think we have more than one color, right? But those colors are beautiful and needed in this planet, or on this planet, in this world. And sometimes we need to like pat ourselves on our back for bringing forth our colors. So here is a pat on your back for bringing forth those colors and not comparing your colors with somebody else. So that's it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.